up? This is Big D and Shane from TacoYaki Anime,
Yo!
and we are back for our upcoming thoughts for the winter season of 2019.
Indeed. Winter season of disappointment, it seems like.
Yeah. There's maybe one show that's a hype sequel, but I didn't get to it, so. But, yeah. Let me touch some. All right. So, the first show we're going to be talking about. Is Boogie Pop Why or Boogie Pop Phantom 2019.
I am incredibly surprised that this has come about.
Okay.
Because this is like from the original Boogie Bop Phantom, isn't it?
I was thinking that, but I never could finish that one because I was like creepy boring. So I don't know. This trailer looks really, really cool.
Well, I mean, it's done by Madhouse, so.
Oh, was the original done by Madhouse?
That I'm not sure about. Let me see. But I mean, it still looks good, and immediately when I saw Boogie Bop Phantom, I was like, hell yeah.
Skype, what are you doing, Skype? All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm curious if I need to watch the first one, but.
See, now this is definitely one, like, I know I'm usually one of the ones that, like, for you, and I'm like, you're fine, don't worry about it, or what, you don't remember, really? How do you not remember? But this took place back in 2000.
Yeah.
That's 18 years ago, and it was originally done by Madhouse.
Oh.
So Madhouse has been around for quite some time.
Oh yeah, Madhouse has been around for a long time.
So yeah, no, Boogie Bop Phantom was originally done by Madhouse. Released in January 5th of 2000 till March of 22 of 2000, and had 12 episodes.
Okay.
So hey, at least if you have to watch the original one, it's only 12 episodes.
Okay.
That's not bad.
It's not like the 100 that I'm trying to tackle.
Yeah. So.
I might do that. Well, I'm gonna watch the first episode and then I might backtrack.
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah. If I remember anything from the original, this was definitely out there in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is a redo from that, because I mean it was 18 years ago, so I'm not gonna like fault them if it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shows that do like reboots like a decade later, and I don't really see any issues with that.
Okay, so they're saying that no. What they're saying is, looking at it from any chart, is that this is going off of the source material is the light novel, and the alternative, I guess. So this is like a different version.
So this is
the original.
So this is Boogie Pop Brotherhood,
I guess.
Okay. But
I mean, off of a light novel, I mean, I don't know what to expect on that.
Okay. Well, what they have for the synopsis is there's an urban legend that children tell one another about a shinigami that can release people from the pain they may be suffering. This angel of death has the name Boogie Pop, and the legends are true. Boogie Pop is real. Okay.
Oh, Boogie Pop is real.
So, yeah, the trailer was amazing. Like, if the first one had like even like a quarter of the stuff that I saw in this trailer, then I feel like I would have. I know it's 20 years difference, but
yeah, come on, come on. You can't put it to that sort of like. Well, if they had as much stuff and looked nearly as good, that was 20 years ago. I'm not even sure the people who originally made Boogie Bop are still there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to compare that. I want to see. Hold on. Is this even like the same team? I mean, it's the same company.
Yeah.
But let me see. What we got here? Characters, staff. Okay, so the original creator came back.
Okay.
Oop, no, I didn't want that. Original creator came back. Oh, and the original character design came back too.
Ah. This reminds me of Zakura Quartet.
But everything else looks different.
Okay. The main people came back.
Yeah, the main people came back. It's rare. I feel like it's rare in terms of animes when, first off, when they get a reboot like this.
Yeah.
I mean, typically speaking, when companies do reboots, it's usually not too long after the original source material came out.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
going in between like Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's like 5 years.
Yeah, that's usually like the max you can kind of, because after that people begin to forget what the original one was like.
Yeah.
You know, so the hype is gone. People don't even remember what it was that they were hyped about to begin with.
Yeah. I think Yozakura and the new Yozakura Quartet, that was like 5 to 8 years or something like that also.
Yeah, so I mean, they're usually like, so that's what I'm saying. It's rare to see an anime, one being reboot, and two, having been so long since it had been originally released that it now gets another reboot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what about Kino? Kino's Journey? Was that 2003?
I don't think it was that long ago, was it?
I think it was 2003 and then 2012. Or not 2012. What was I talking about? 2016, 2017?
So yeah, no, it's 2003 and 2017. So that was 14 years.
Okay.
This is 18 years though.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're almost talking 2 decades, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like like a lot of they rarely go past a decade where they'll reboot it afterwards.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So
I agree.
This is gonna be interesting.
It is.
Yeah,
and you know, just for that fact of how long it's been, I would like to see what like a comparison between the original and now the reboot between them.
Okay. Yeah,
especially since it's from the same studio and a lot of the same people are working on it.
Okay.
So it's like, what did you change? What was the update? You know, how did you transition this? So I might do that if I can find the original one.
All right. Well, let me fix Skype because it's being dumb again. So yeah, let's both set that for a goal for the season. To like, since it's only
12 episodes.
12 episodes. Let's go ahead and watch. Well, I don't know. See, because I won't be able to do it before the season starts. I can watch the first episode and be like, this is cool. And then our final thoughts could be comparisons. But that's the best that I could do.
As long as I can find it, that's the big thing.
Yeah, we got to find out where it's going to be airing. But if so, that's going to be my goal. I will watch the first episode with going in somewhat blind, and then I'll watch the original and then watch this one again. Just like I tried to do with Kino, but because the season is kind of lacking hype, I'm going to go ahead and try to do that.
I think you can.
Yeah. So
with it being as low key as it is, I feel like that's doable.
Okay. So yeah, it's on my list because I recognize the name and the trailer looks super duper awesome.
Oh yeah.
And how do I think it's gonna play out? I have no idea. I think it's gonna be because I've seen shows that are kind of similar where there's like this urban legend going around. So
I feel like it's going to
think,
be like mini stories throughout
yeah,
all of it.
yeah, and
And
like
there
very,
might be like one person that connects all of it together besides Boogie Bop.
yes,
But I feel like for the most part, it's just going to be like mini stories going all the way through. And you'll probably have a beginning, middle, and end of each story for each episode.
okay, yeah, that's what I was guessing.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good here. Try not to mess up Skype. That's good. The next show we're going to be talking about is Domestic Nakanojo, or Domestic Girlfriend. So,
Oh, yeah, that one.
yes.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at myself that was on my list too.
So,
I don't know. It seemed like an interesting premise, so to speak. But I feel like if it might start going too cliche, I might drop it. It just depends.
so it's done by Dio Media, and they have done shows that we've mentioned on the podcast before, but nothing that we've been like
super hyped over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, wait. There is one show, and since I know now that they did it or at least helped with it, I'm really irritated with them for the freaking second season, motherfuckers. The problem children are coming from another world. That was an awesome show, and it only had what 10 episodes. It was weird. I'm like, God dang it! Okay. Continue the story.
They're like Madhouse. They're like, we only do one season.
Except they didn't even do a full season. It was 10 episodes. That's not even a full season. Like, screw you guys. Horrible. Yeah, beyond that, the only thing I can see from them that I've actually, I kind of didn't really continue much was that one with the going to school from last season. That's about it, honestly.
Okay. I saw Mayoiga, and that was such a weird show. I think I picked this one because even though they're in high school, the characters look older. Like, they look more mature, and it seems like it's gonna have a lot of drama, and that's not like silly drama, like real life drama. So
yeah, I mean, I guess for me it was kind of much the same way. I read the story on it, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that seems quite." What did it remind me of? Just the whole drama portion of it, I think, reminded me of something similar to like, what was that one? Palm Tiger?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, like that one, and there was another one that it was kind of really serious. Wasn't like hugely serious, but it had its moments where you're looking at it going, wow, that's pretty messed up kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, I figured, especially the way the season is, that I don't really see a whole lot that really gets me going on anything. That I figured, maybe it might be worth checking out at least. So, okay. But like I said, it's like when it comes to these drama shows like this, I'll start it, but it's gotta be something special for me to continue it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's gonna be the case here, but I'm at least willing to give it a shot.
All right. So the story for this one goes: high schooler Natsuo is hopelessly in love with his cheerful, popular teacher, Hina. Oh. However, one day at a mixer, he meets a moody girl by the name of Rui and ends up sleeping with her. Soon after, his father announces that he's getting remarried to a woman with 2 daughters of her own. And who shows up in tow other than both Hina and Rui? Natsuo's outrageous new life starts now. Wait a minute!
That's why they're older. You didn't realize that?
Wait a minute. No, I just watched the trailer.
Oh, yeah, I forget that you do that.
Wait a minute.
So this is more like a college kind of situation going on here.
Oh my god.
Well, no, they say high schooler, so we're probably looking at like late high school kind of situation going on here. Because you said like you said, they look older. So I'd imagine like senior year high school kind of thing.
But how is Hina a teacher?
Because
wait, they could be
a little bit older.
Ages. Yeah, that's right. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's a little bit older, probably by a few years.
Oh, this is.
I would say what, typically speaking, teaching degree, you're looking at what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. If she went directly from high school, went to college, got her teaching degree, I mean, she's probably maybe no more than 4 or 5 years older than the main character, than the guy, and probably the sister.
So they take that whole formula of like the first episode where it's like the main guy's trying to go to school and like a bunch of stuff happens with this one character that he keeps meeting, and then he gets to school and then that person happens to be the transfer student. This is like taking that and like expanding it like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, the story is not like, I've seen similar stories to that before. So like where you have like a previous relationship going on, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the father or the mother, whoever the guy that you're following with, all of a sudden announce, "Oh, hey, I'm getting remarried, and here's the person with the daughters," and then you're like, "Oh, well, this is awkward."
Okay.
The only thing I can say is that they've in terms of exponentially increasing it, is he slept with one of them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
and
that,
like
that tells me. Well, that seems pretty typical. Like that's where that's the whole meetings process going on. But the fact that he met the other one and slept with the other one, I'm like, okay, that's a little more serious.
Okay.
That's a little bit more serious. But there again, it's not. I don't feel like it's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like a nice shove in a different direction. So
okay.
then it's going to be kind of awkward because now he already has this connection with that one, and if he tries to get with the other, then he's going to be like a player, and that's going to be wrong in all sorts of senses.
That's going to end up with him having his head in a bag.
Probably. Depending upon who the mother and the depending on who the mother is.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch the mother be working for the Yakuza.
Okay, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, that was much more than I thought from the trailer. All right, the next show we're gonna be talking about is Dororo.
Now, did I have this one, or did you just have this one?
I think it was just me.
Just you? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I really. I was iffy on this one, but I wasn't like super involved. I think that I feel like it lacks something to get me like in there, kind of thing.
So this has something that pushes me away from it, but because Mappa is working on it, and the trailer has some pretty good action. I think it's one of those shows that are gonna like cross the exception because I don't like shows that take place in the Edo era, like the historical war type of anime.
Mm-hmm.
But watching the trailer and seeing one of the characters, I'm like, I think I'm gonna like him. So maybe the action and maybe him will keep me into the show. But they got a lot of work to do because I'm already like, because of the time period, I'm like, I may just watch
this seems like it occurs after, like not like usually after, but like right after that whole war time frame.
Okay.
I'll at least say that. But yeah, I was not. I'm rereading the synopsis on this, and I was like, I think it was a combination of that and the trailer that didn't get me. Well, you want me to read the synopsis on this one?
Yes.
Okay, so Dororo, a young orphan thief, falls into the company of Hyakimaru, powerful demon-hunting Ronin. Before Hyakimaru's birth, his father, a greedy feudal lord, made a pact with 40 demons and let them each take a piece of his unborn son's body in return for granting him great power. Hyakimaru was born without arms, legs, eyes, ears, a nose, or a mouth, a barely human creature, and his father had him thrown in the river. He was rescued and raised by Dr. Honoma, who made him artificial limbs and helped him learn to fight the demons. Each time he defeats one, he reclaims one piece of his body. Now he and Dororo travel together through the war-torn countryside.
Huh.
So, I don't know. This would seem like it would be like right up my alley. It really would. The premise is interesting, but again, at the same time, I don't know. And I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen better animation from Mappa before.
Okay.
The animation on this one doesn't really like seem to do greatly for me.
Yeah, it seems like they're going after a style rather than having their own.
Yeah. The style of this reminds me of Ninja Scroll.
Okay.
Do you remember Ninja Scroll?
I haven't watched it.
Okay. It reminds me of Ninja Scroll, which is not necessarily to say it's a bad thing, because there was definitely a purpose and reason behind their style and animation in that series.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think primarily what I think is that maybe what it is with me is I've for like years I was watching every single anime that was dealing with like Ronin and samurai, ninjas, battling it out, fighting these weird mythical creatures, and I think I just burned myself out on it.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. I just every time anyone else came up about after that, I was just like, I just don't know. So I don't know. I maybe at some point I might jump into this one, but it's got I don't know. So many of them came out. I think what was it in time frame between 2014 and 2016? Okay. There was like a huge jump in samurai action genre type ones. You know, you had what was the one with Samuel L. Jackson in it?
Oh, Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai. I mean, you had Afro Samurai. You had like Ninja Scroll, but that was even earlier than that. There was one. They made a live action movie out of it. I can't remember what it was, but it was one where they did where the guy who couldn't die until he performed so many good deeds. Like literally, he was a samurai, but he had done so many wrongs,
Mhm.
and he had gained a pseudo immortality from it,
Okay.
and like literally he could not die. And his whole sole purpose was is that he was trying to do enough good deeds to counterbalance the wrongs that he had done, so that
Uh-huh.
way he could die.
Okay.
But because of that, like and he finally decided to help this one girl who was having problems with a huge boss and whatever, and it went crazy. But again, that was more of like a ninja samurai kind of during that time frame mostly kind of thing, and I was like, eh. It was good at the time and I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But then I think wasn't long after that, after watching all these and whatnot, and even that one I know we watched before, that was the samurai who never used a sword. He had
Uh,
the swordless style,
oh.
and he was trying to
I,
collect all the swords for the one person.
oh, yeah. Katana
Yeah,
Gatari.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
God, I want to
so
watch that show
like
again.
there was so many of them, and don't get me wrong, they were good, but I think it became overly saturated.
Mhm.
So, I mean, even like right now, even with like some of the fantasy ones that I watch, like the ones where they transport to another world, I'm like, I'm kind of getting drawn out on those now.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please?
Can we
Something,
go back?
anything?
Can we go back to regular fantasy?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, which is why I think Goblin Slayer is so hype right now,
Mhm.
just because it's regular fantasy. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think I don't want to I don't want to down this, and I am curious to see what you're gonna say about it. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna. I literally would have to force myself to watch it, and I don't know if I want to do that because
Okay.
I think that would jade my opinion on it.
Okay. Uh, let's see. So I I don't know how I would think it would play out. If I had like I don't have a firm decision because I'm not a big. This is not my one of my big genres, but I'm curious if they're gonna do like a small flashback on the backstory and like how he lost everything, and then maybe cut directly into him fighting one of the things and getting a not a major piece back, but like maybe that cool, I got my eye now, and then continue from there.
So just so you know,
Hmm.
I'm not sure what it's gonna say about this, but the source material for this is a manga that was made back in 1967.
Okay.
1967 manga.
You
Because I
know
was
what?
looking at the page on that and I was like, that looks old when it was saying for its source material. And then sure enough.
You know what? That kind of makes sense because of the premise. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, something about it like and then he meets Dr. So and so, and then the doctor like works on him and makes him better. And it kind of sounds like Astro Boy or any kind of like
Mm-hmm.
hero that was created by some scientist that's always called Dr. So and so. So
Yep.
yeah,
And
that
they
makes sense.
actually had an original series that was made from this
Hmm.
back in 1969.
Oh wow. They're starting to do that. Well, I can't remember the name of that other one, but it was like that 80s style anime that they like.
So I guess from what we were talking about with Boogie Bob, you want to talk about reboot. Holy crap. This is what, 49 years ago? Jeez. I do find it interesting though because the one that's coming out, it says they took 40, or yeah, they took 40 body parts from him, right?
Mhm.
And the original one though, it says he took 48.
Oh,
That's interesting. I wonder why
ma-
the change.
maybe that because science is better now. They're like, no, he can't give that away, or else he die. So,
Okay,
uh,
so just for reference, this is interesting. So just for reference, the original one that came out, This is what the synopsis for it was. Hyakimura is a young man who lacks 48 body parts because they were taken from him by demons before birth as payment by his father to obtain his wish to take over the country. Now, they didn't say that in the other one.
Okay.
They just said they gave him power. But apparently his dad wanted to take over the country. When the baby boy was born, he was missing 48 parts of his body and thus was abandoned, thrown into a river. Okay, that's the same. Hyakimura has grown up and now has obtained fake body parts so he can eliminate the 48 demons that were made from his body. Oh, they were made from his body. And to receive
In that version,
parts.
yeah.
Along for the adventure is the boy thief Dororo, with whom he became friends. No mention of a doctor.
Okay.
No mention of a doctor. More body parts, and they're saying that the demons that he's defeating are made up of his body parts. That's weird.
How long is the old one that you'll probably never be able to find anywhere?
You mean like how many episodes?
Yeah.
6.
6?
26.
Oh, okay. So was you get like two pieces an episode?
I guess. They're 23 minutes long, 26 episodes.
Interesting.
Who made it?
Oh wow, it's so far back they don't even know.
Yeah. I don't even know who the production company was. Well, so yeah, no, that's interesting.
Okay. All right. I look forward to that one. Let's see. The next show we're going to be talking about is... Oh, Jesus. Dokyo... Dokyo ni Wahiza Todoki Atama no Ue. What is the English name of it?
Okay, this one was mine.
Okay.
I was like, is this one mine? Yeah, I think this one was mine. So the studio behind this one is 0G. And I cannot say that there is anything that they have done or helped worked on that is anywhere near familiar to me. At all.
Oh, wow. Oh, Doreku I didn't like. I started Grand Blue and I didn't like. I didn't like Dive. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm. Let's strike it up.
So this one is mystery writer Mikazuki Subaru, who isn't good at dealing with people, finds them to be a disturbance when it comes to building his imaginary world. One day he chances upon a stray cat and feels inspiration strike, so he brings the cat home as his muse. Can watching the inexplicable behavior of a cat form material for a novel? I didn't really think much of the synopsis, but I like cats, and honestly, the idea of this reminded me of something similar to the one with the calligraphy artist.
Oh yeah, Baku, Ba.
So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I was at least intrigued enough to watch the trailer for it, and I'm like, okay, what do we have here? Now, animation looks not bad.
Okay.
Animation itself's pretty decent. I don't like how they do the nose thing with their characters though. But beyond that, everything else seems pretty good. But I think it's kind of funny, and I like the characterization and animation that they give the cat, which I think is cool. Because obviously, it reminds me of Reincarnated as a Slime.
Okay.
Because you have the slime who has no facial expressions, right? But just like the cat, you can't really say much, no real facial, but they give them expression.
Okay.
And stuff that you can kind of know. And then it's also interesting because it looks like at some point he dies in the trailer.
Okay.
So I'm a little curious as to what happens. Um, yeah, something weird looks like it happens with the cat and him, and then all of a sudden he's in front of this gate, and there's like pink clouds all around him, and I'm like, this is interesting.
Okay.
So it's at least caught my interesting. It's comedy, slice of life. I can see where the comedy's coming from. I can see where the slice of life's coming from. Um, I think it's going to be different enough, even though it's a slice of life, that it's going to at least keep me watching.
Okay.
So I'll kind of see how that goes, but yeah.
Okay. So,
Uh,
how do you think it's gonna play out?
I mean, it seems like he's trying to compensate for the fact that he can't have he doesn't like having interactions with people for the most part. Um, I don't know, considering the fact that it looks like an almost like death scene towards the end of that preview
Uh,
with him, how things are going to play out with that. But I at least feel like he is going to. I don't know. I think the cat and him will probably form like a bond. Not at first. At first, it's probably going to be quite different, but I think eventually the cat and him will form a bond, and he'll probably start to open up more to people and actually be able to create the world that he's trying to create.
so, do you think he's gonna be in regular society and then have a bunch of issues and then move away to this house that he thinks nobody's there and then he's gonna find the cat?
Probably. That seems kind of like what it's gearing towards.
Okay.
So
Other than that, I can't think of it.
yeah, that's why I said it kind of reminded me of that calligraphy anime one.
Okay.
So he has his own problems. They're probably downplaying him when they talk about him having not being able to isn't good at dealing with people. When they say something like he isn't really good at dealing with people, it's kind of like, all right, you're not really given a whole lot of description, and usually that's because there's a pretty good reason as to why they're not.
Okay.
So, this is based upon a manga. Wow. So this manga was started to release in June 4th of 2015, and it is still currently releasing.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure if that means that they haven't really released a whole lot, or if there's a whole bunch of material for it.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, looking at the picture, it kind of reminds me of Natsume Eugene show.
Yeah.
So when you picked that one, I was like, oh, yeah, he has a cat too. I'm like, that's kind of cool. The little similarities.
Yeah, stylized, I think it's similar, but anyways.
Cool. All right. The next show we're gonna be talking about is Egao no Daika.
You know, yeah. I wanted to want to watch this one. But then it's got a bunch of mechs. And I don't think I'm ready for mechs yet.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for mechs yet.
Okay. So it's done by Tatsunoko Productions, who've done the Infinity Force from a while ago. They're really, really long, like a studio with a really, really long history. It did Gatchaman Crowds, Psychopaths, Ping Pong Animation.
See, and I think that's like the reason why I wanted to watch this one. But mechs, man. Why is it gotta be mechs?
So, Zakuna Quartet. So, yes. So they've done some pretty good shows. The story for this one is, it says in the description, upcoming original animation celebrating Tatsunoko's 55th anniversary. Okay. On a planet far from Earth, there is a kingdom full of smiling faces. Princess Yuki is 12 years old and about to enter a sensitive age in a person's life. Every day she cries, laughs, and sometimes her heart throbs with excitement, all while she lives merrily in a royal palace. Filling her days with color are her loyal vassals, her tutor, Reina Azana, who assists in political affairs, the leader of the chivalry, Harold, and then there's her childhood friend and aide, Joshua. Yuki, if you have spirit and guts, you can do anything. No, not this again. Joshua, be nobler. Stella is 17 years old and capable of reserving. 17 years old
And a
and a
capable.
reserve soldier. However, she is always smiling, for smiling is essential to living. This is a story of two girls born on distant planets.
Okay. So I just want to say, we have descriptions of these animes that we have seen before, or we look at them and we go, okay, we need a little bit more. You need to be a little more descriptive, because eventually we watch them and we're like, man, that description did no justice to that anime whatsoever. Then you have ones like this, where you could have kept the first part and the first paragraph, cut out everything else, and then let that last sentence be the primary focal point.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been like, okay, cool. The rest of it, I really didn't need to know about that. Not in the description. Let's wait until you actually watch it. Then you learn all that. But no mention at all about giant fighting robots. None.
Or that there's more than one planet we're focusing on.
Yeah.
Because distant planets, what do you mean? On Earth and then the other planet that's far away from Earth?
Are we talking about a pseudo-Earth? Is it not even Earth? I mean, are these considered human? Are they alien? I mean,
yeah, did they start at Earth and then travel there? Huh.
Do they look human, but literally they're some sort of weird form of alien creature or something? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then well, I don't know if she's giving a speech or if she's singing or something. I'm like, come on now. Yeah, either way, either they give too much or they don't give enough, but either way, I have too many questions at the end of it to go, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So what do you think this is all going to happen?
Well, so
okay, so with how much they packed into this, right?
Yeah, they packed a lot into it.
This seems like a lot, right? Apparently, it's only going to be 12 episodes.
Yeah, they're gonna. Man, I can already see the wheels spinning now. Just soon as it starts, just vroom.
Oh yeah, they're going to have it in high gear right from the get-go. And you're going to be having to play catch-up the entire time.
Yeah, they're like, didn't you read the synopsis? We put half the story in the synopsis.
We wanted to give you a heads up as much as we could. So read the synopsis. If you don't read the synopsis, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's just nothing.
So yeah, so it looks like we're going to be focusing on the Princess Yuki. And I'm assuming, yeah, she's on the planet that's far away. So I'm guessing they're gonna kind of say, oh, something happened on Earth over here, and now she's on this new planet with everybody else, and then
and we're in the middle of a war and people are fighting and another one's gonna die, and oh, by the way, here's another faction you knew nothing about to begin with, and they're the ones who are trying to take over the throne, and you're like, slow down, stop, somebody put the brakes on, please.
So, yeah, this is, and like political affairs, I'm like, hopefully, as far as they go, is she's like at this desk with a bunch of papers that the princess has to sign, and she's like, you must sign these documents, and then she's like, I'd rather go sing or something. Uh, and hopefully that's as political as it gets, because like basically just like the Hokage in Naruto, like as political as they get. Like they might go and meet people and like decide what the plan is for the battle, but other than that, they're like, I gotta go sign a bunch of paperwork and sit at this desk all day, and hopefully it's like that.
Somehow, I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah, like with that one scene where she's like you said, she's a singer giving a
Speech.
speech. Hopefully, there's not like those political discussions in Star Wars where like this one person inside this gigantic like auditorium with all these interplanetary councils and all that kind of stuff. But
I mean, would you rather have it a Star Wars council talking to a whole bunch of planets, or just like every episode's a random musical break? We're like, and now she's going to sing. And all of a sudden, like her performance will be being sung at the same time as the mechs will be fighting in the background for some odd strange reason.
Yeah, where are the mechs? I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, because they didn't put it in the synopsis. That's why you forget about it. They didn't put it in the synopsis. No one's gonna know until all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, hey, mechs."
Yeah.
People would be like, "Man, this is really boring," but we have mechs. Look, fighting mechs. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, mechs are done. Oh, now it's boring again. Here are the mechs again. You want mech? Mech, huh? Mech? Go away.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting.
Did I say that I'm not overly hyped about this season? Because I'm not overly hyped about this season. Something about this season seems like
like they should have spread out this season and last the next season.
you know when Cards Against Humanity, when you're playing them and someone picks like one of those things that you're just like, they have this whole setup and you're just like, man, I don't have anything good for it. So basically what it's called is just like a throwaway card. You just throw whatever your worst card is because you know you're not going to win it anyways. But it's just because you're like, I got to put something out there. I can't not put something.
I've been wanting to get rid of this card for a while.
Yeah. You know what? This seems like a good opportunity. No one has any good ideas. Let's just throw this out there. Yeah, that's what this season seems like. Like every one of these companies were just like, hey, we had a really good fall season and we kind of have some plans on what's going to happen in like spring season. But somebody dropped the ball and nobody knew what to do for the winter season. So let's go ahead and dust off these ideas that we've had for a while now. Let's just throw them out there.
All these other authors that just been waiting for their chance.
They're just like, hey, here you go.
Yeah, you get a green light. You get a green light.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, no. There's a reason why you had these on your shelf sitting there. Just no. Stop.
All right. So the next show we're going to be talking about is Mob Psycho 200.
Was it 200?
Nah, but I like Mob Psycho 200.
So this is done by Bone.
They should have named it Mob Psycho 200.
They should have. Well,
Yeah.
that's why he's 100 though.
Yeah, but didn't he hit 100?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't watched the whole thing. I've seen like
neither have I.
I got some more homework.
Yeah, it's on my list now. I'll get to it at some point. So this is done by Bones.
Yes.
And if you've been a follower of this channel, you guys know we like us some Bones. Bones does some pretty awesome stuff. Um, yeah,
Guess what?
I'm going through the list right now of Bones, and I'm just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Mika 7-3?
So
Is that a? Oh, it's a movie. Never mind.
yeah. Anyway, so there have been a lot of things in Bones that we have liked over the years. So they're a good company.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think the original reason why, because I tried watching the first episode again, and I stopped. And the reason why is I don't. It looks like they might have changed things up a little bit in this new one, but the animation style, it trips me out. I just don't care much for it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at the preview again, it's kind of the same. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, okay, and I am all about characters who completely lose it and become just absolute crazy. Like, I love that. That's awesome. I love seeing that. But there was just something about this. I just could not get myself into it.
Mhm.
So I remember when it came out too, and I was like, man, it's gonna be cool. And then I watched the first episode. I think I actually watched 2 episodes of it, and I was like, I could do without it. So, and again, I think it's primarily just the animation style that they used.
Okay.
So, but I'll give it a shot. I'll see if I can watch the first season. I'll see if I can put myself through it, just so I can maybe have a good idea about when it comes to the next one.
Okay.
It
Uh,
looks like this was like, because they're saying the source material is the manga, Mob Psycho 100.
mhm.
So it looks like probably the first one didn't finish everything that the manga had, and now this one's finishing it up, because the manga now, according to it, is actually finished.
Okay.
So
So this is the part of
yeah,
the
and
story where he
it didn't
goes.
finish. It didn't finish until the end of last year.
Okay.
So wait, so this one finished. The manga finished at the end of last year, and the original animated came out like what, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. Man, I was wrong on that. It was summer of 2016. So, anyways,
So this is the story of what happens when he goes past 100.
he goes 101.
um,
His power is over 100.
yeah, I don't know enough about this. So I know that people loved the blind guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know enough about the story to like predict what happened.
He seemed annoying to me when I remember.
Oh, I hated him at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to watch more to see what everybody loves about him.
Yeah, because he seemed really annoying to me. See, he was pretty much on par with annoyance as that guy from Bahamut. That's to the annoyance level. That's probably where I got my turn off of this whole thing.
Wow.
He was that annoying to me. So
All right. So yeah, we shall see. I am probably not gonna catch up on it until I watch the. I'm just gonna watch the first episode of the second season, just so I can.
just to see if you want to.
Well, just to see, just to have something to talk about, because I know it's a popular series, and if I don't know, maybe like let me take a sample of the middle of the story and be like, Yeah, maybe I'll go back. But so far right now, it's not. It's only on my radar because I know it's a popular series.
Yeah.
So we shall see. All right. The next show we're going to be talking about is Revisions.
Now, I really, really wanted to watch this one. I really did. When I read that synopsis, I was like, man, that seems cool. I like that. And then I saw the preview. And I went, nope. Next.
So you can tell?
Oh God, like blaringly so. Blaringly so. Okay, my prediction, just not even saying it right off the bat, this is going to be a popular anime because the style that it's in and the CG type animation that they have on this is the same, to me at least, is the same as Ruby.
Maybe now. Not, yeah.
Yeah, let's say now. So it seems very similar to me, and I know how popular that one is. I'm just like I almost foresee this is gonna be like a late bloomer, and once it hits, all of a sudden it's gonna take off like crazy. But because it seems like it's so good, but the animation turns me off immediately.
I think everybody's gonna be like you. They're gonna start it and they're like, CG off. Because CG anime still, it's so. I think that this is a lot better. I only saw the trailer. I don't even know what it's about.
It is better.
Yes.
It is better. Okay, I will totally admit that because, like, from the looks of it, right from the get-go, the background and like the actual scenery to me looks great. The people suck.
And that's always been the main thing.
The people suck so much. Yeah. Because I wanted to watch this one so much.
How long did it take for you to be like, nope?
It literally was within the first, what?
Was it like the third cut? It was like crowd scene, people.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, it was the classroom scene at 20 seconds into it. 20 seconds into it, classroom scene where I see like their clothes and them levitating off the ground, and I'm like, that's CG. God damn it. And then afterwards, every single time I saw a person, I'm like, yep, that's CG. Yep, that's CG. That's CG too. Son of a bitch, y'all. Freaking y'all suck. Because it reminds me, it seems like, okay, and by the way, same people, is it, because they mentioned Psycho-Pass, so I'm pretty sure they helped work on it.
They may have done like the CG parts of Psycho-Pass.
Maybe. But anyways, or maybe like the writers, I don't know. Either way, they mentioned that because it reminds me so much of, God, there was that one, I don't think I ever watched it, but I always saw clips from it, and it was super popular because it was at a high school, but it was a monsters, or either monsters or aliens would attack, and literally they would like rip people to shreds, devour them. I mean, it was like uber violent, but it was one of those you're just like, oh my God, what the hell? You kept, it's like a train wreck. You kept watching because you're just like, that person just literally got split in half. Holy crap. You're just like, what the hell's going to happen next?
Okay.
Kind of thing. And I see that with like the monster coming, like that big robotic claw coming up and slamming down into the roof, and like the teacher panicking and closing the door on the students trying to get away as soon as possible. Like, I see that. And I'm like, man, if y'all hadn't have done CG on this, it would be freaking awesome. I can totally see this would have been amazing had you not done CG on this.
Okay. So, um, oh, okay. So the studio that did this, they've done some 2D shows like Uda Hara and like little kids soccer one, Antique Bakery. Well, maybe not. I think the Moyashin little floaty things, growth show. But then they've done a bunch of CG shows. So they've done Nyanbo, and I really like that show because of how photorealistic it is. Like that show has no business looking that good, and it was like almost frustrating to watch. You're like, why does this little cat box man look so good? Why? Why did y'all spend all of this time making these things like look that good? I was baffled. And then it goes into like the 2D anime, the 2.5D kind of stuff, or the cell shaded 3D stuff. And you got Edotama. That was one of the shows that I talked about a few years back, probably in 2015, that they're getting really, really close. Like Edotama was really good as far as 2D, 3D looking almost like 2D. And now you have revisions, which I feel like because it's more realistic characters, you can tell easier. And even with the other show, you could tell very easily. But just like you said, until like I saw the crowd, like the opening crowd sequence, I'm like, okay, this is good. And then I saw like another cut, and I'm like, okay. And as soon as that classroom scene happened, I'm like, wait a minute. And then I was like, I know what's gonna happen with this show.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, it's to me, I guess we could all blame Square Enix because it's like, you know what, they set that bar really freaking high. They really did. If you give me if the animation on this was on the same level as Square Enix and their stuff, I'd totally be on board for this. This would be probably, if that was the case, this might have been my number one hype show of the season.
Okay.
Because I mean, even okay, looking at, because when you look at the preview, the trailer for it, it has the girl holding the gun and whatnot. When you're looking at the trailer, like taking her out of the equation, looking at the gun, even though I know it's CG, I'm like, that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good. But then I look at her and I'm like, God damn it, it's fucking CG. You know, had they done the same thing like Square Enix, like if they had that quality up there with like the people, it'd be phenomenal. I feel like this could have been probably the best show of the season. But it's the CG's not there. It's just not there yet.
Okay.
I cannot, in all consciousness, say that I could enjoy watching this show just because it would be glaring at me the entire time of just all the CG in it. So I'm almost on board with it because there is one exception I've made from that for CG, and that is I don't know if you remember it, Appleseed.
Okay, yeah.
But see, I feel like because that was pseudo-realistic and like a futuristic sci-fi-ish kind of way, that it pulled it off, that they could pull off CG and still make it look good kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It was like discount Final Fantasy.
It was.
But not cell shaded. So no. that's the.
But because of the premise and the storyline that they did, because you had androids and robot machines, stuff like that, and aliens, like that was not realistic. So I could put aside my disbelief in that, and I could be like, okay, cool, like it. But when you have humans and you try to put it in a realistic setting and you have CG like that, I'm just like, no, stop it. You know? So, yeah. Again, I just look at things like this and I just kind of sigh inwardly to myself and just like, one day, one day it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one day, and I'm gonna be super hyped when it finally does.
You're like, maybe 2020. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So the story for this one is: this is a prediction. An extreme crisis will befall the five of you someday. At the time, you five will protect everyone. Daisuke Dojima is a second-year high school student who, as a child, was kidnapped. Daisuke, along with his friends Guy, Lu, Mari Mari, and Keisaku, will get wrapped up in a mysterious phenomenon known as the Shibuya Drift. The central area of Shibuya rises up and is transported at least 300 years into the future. What awaits them is a vast wasteland and forest dotted with ruins. There, they will work with the future people, revisions, to operate giant mechanical monsters. Daisuke meets a girl named Milo, who has the same name as the person who was kidnapped. It's the same person who kidnapped Daisuke. Milo informs Daisuke that he is the only one who can operate the doll weapon string puppet and protect Shibuya. Daisuke and his friends must take back the present by fighting in the future in a town of isolation against an unknown enemy.
See, that all seems really cool. That all seems really cool.
Cool.
And then you watch it, and then it's like, God damn it.
So, it looks like we're going to be following Daisuke.
Probably.
And it's probably going to start out as a regular day and immediately fall to ruins.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get more information in the second episode. But
probably.
Yeah, I think they're gonna crank the budget on the first episode and just have all the destruction and everything episode 1 to hook you in.
More than likely.
So I look forward to it. This is starting to become one of my favorite CG studios because of the 2 shows that they've done. I say bravo to. They're getting that. Guys getting that.
Not there yet, though. Not there yet.
But yeah, I look forward to that. The next show we're going to be talking about is Tate no Yusha no Nagari, or The Rising of the Shield Hero.
So, this one is done by Kinema Citrus, who, honestly, actually, they've done one of your favorites.
Oh, yes.
Made in Abyss.
Oh, yes. I wish they would do Made in Abyss 2 and not this one.
And they've done a couple ones I've actually liked too, like Black Bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, they did the Dot Hack series too.
Ah.
So, ooh. And Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
I need to watch that one.
I thought we watched that one. Anyways, so, yes. Needless to say, they are at least a studio with some backing, have had some good stuff with them. Honestly, this is probably the only fantasy out of the season. Huh?
Barakamon was the name of the other show.
Yeah. That I think I'm really gonna enjoy and really pay close attention to. So, storyline for this one is Naofumi Iwatani, an uncharacteristic otaku who spends his days on games and manga, suddenly finds himself summoned to a parallel universe. Again, I'm like, must we do this? Must we do this again?
You too,
Must
Kingdom of
we have?
Citrus.
So he discovers he is one of 4 heroes equipped with legendary weapons and tasked with saving the world from its prophesized destruction. Okay, I will say this. As long as this is not some sort of demon lord thing, I'm gonna be okay. Because goddamn, if every single one of these is not a freaking demon lord that they get summoned to go kill, and I'm like, come on, seriously? Can we leave the demons alone, please? Can there be some other mass destruction thing that needs to happen? Anyways, so as the shield hero, the weakest of the heroes, all is not as it seems. Noafumi is soon alone, penniless, and betrayed. With no one to turn to and nowhere to run, he is left with only his shield. Now Noafumi must rise to become the legendary shield hero and save the world. I like that. So that's where it caught me. Before that, I was like, oh, this is so many tropes. This is so many just, been here, done this, happened all the time, yada, yada, yada. But then it seemed like not all as it seems, because it doesn't say that it became because of whatever they're fighting against. It seems like the other heroes decided not to do it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Or maybe they sold off their weapons. I don't know. Something happened, and all of a sudden, he no longer could do what he was supposed to do. But he still seems like he's going to carry on. So I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Again, I like the studio. Animation, I think, is pretty nice. Again, what's it with these guys and the noses? Those weird nose kind of thing going on there, where it's like it's not there kind of thing. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, I like the overall thing about it. It seems like they almost do kind of like a game kind of aspect to it, because like they have that heads up display that kind of shows up.
Okay.
And then they kind of have like a level kind of thing. But yeah, I'm quite intrigued about it, and I definitely want to see how it's going to play out. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be one of those instances where, you know, he has to struggle in the beginning and eventually he'll become the hero of all kind of thing. But there definitely seems like there's going to be a learning curve involved with it. It seems like even though he was given this powerful legendary, even though it's a shield, it seems like he is still learning and having to use his abilities as best he can. And his whole thing with like the fox girl that kind of comes up, if that is I think it's a fox girl. It seems like they have a nice character dynamic, at least from the reactions that I can kind of see and what they do. So I'm hopeful. And they have like magic things going on here. I foresee it being the whole, and I forget what they call that type where they travel to isekai.
Yeah.
So despite it being an isekai, I'm hopeful that we kind of push that aside for the most part, and it just becomes mainly focused on being a fantasy anime, much in the same realms like Goblin Slayer has been.
Okay.
You know, let's focus just on the fantasy aspect of it. Let's push aside the fact that he came from another world, and let's just try to focus on the fact that he's here trying to do a job and what that job is, kind of thing.
So when you say focus more on being in the world, I think of Overlord, but even Overlord, every now and then they mention coming from the other world. So you want it to be completely detached.
Yeah. You know, if you have to have him there just because, oh, he had to be summoned and whatnot, I get it. That's part of the storyline and whatnot. But let's not make it a focal point. Let's detach that, go, okay, this happened, and then let's move on. Let's not have to revisit it over and over and over again, or, you know, say that that's the reason why, yada, yada, yada. No, I want to see it to where it looks like in the beginning, like I want to, okay, if I were to say how I wanted it to play out, he gets there, he gets his weapon, he gets betrayed, he gets sent out, maybe banished or something like that, I don't know. But afterwards, I would like there to be like maybe a short little segue to show that he's training or he's trying to get himself stronger in order to accomplish the job maybe by himself that he was trying to do.
Mhm.
And then I want there to be like a time jump
Okay, nice.
and be like, okay, he struggled, he had to work for it. He's a little bit better than he was. He knows a little bit more about the world he's in, so he's not a complete noob in that regards. But he's going to be able to, you know, he still probably has little questions every now and then, but he still has more knowledge and more experience than he did when he first got there.
Okay.
And I'll think like, okay, now I'm in, you know. That to me would be cool. But this is based upon a light novel.
Mhm.
And apparently the light novel is just released. Oh, wait, no. Wow. So the light novel was released back in 2013 and it's still releasing.
Okay.
Like, holy crap.
Cool.
So, anyways, yeah. I mean, I'm hopeful for this one. If it kind of turns out the way I said I kind of wanted it to turn out, this will probably be my number one hype show for this season.
Okay. Cool. I don't know. Oh, what?
I was gonna say I do like that the fact that the tags on this one, the number one tag that's on here is anti-hero,
Ah,
followed right closely by revenge.
okay.
So yeah, no, I'm hopeful. We'll see how the first couple episodes go for this one. If it does go kind of the way I'm thinking it should go, then yeah, this will be my number one show for the season.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know if the trailer was either out or it just got released when I looked at it. But yeah, it's heavy fantasy, so I'll check out the first episode and then I'll go from there. Um, they gotta bring out the big hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we shall see. The next show we're gonna be talking about is Watashi no Tenshi ga Mayorita, or do they have the English name? No.
Or
Yeah.
AKA cute girls doing cute things.
Yeah. So the studio for this is Doga Kobo, of course. They are one of my favorite favorite studios because they are one of the masters of cute girls doing cute things. Every single show on here has pink and purple and green, and the pink and purple and light watercolor characters. So this is definitely going to be on my list. As soon as I saw the picture, I'm like, okay. But yeah, the story goes: this four-panel comedy manga story centers on Miyako Hoshino, a shy college student and otaku. Miyako's younger sister Hinata, who is a fifth grader, has a classmate and friend named Hana. When they meet, Miyako falls for Hana at the first sight. Okay, so that's some Yuri in there. But yeah, basically, there's only two things you need to do, and for this genre, and I'm gonna watch it. You're right. Buy Doga Kobo, and I'm like, all right, and that's based. They don't need to do that. That's based. I watch everything that they do, and Yeah, yeah, not much to say. Keep doing cute things. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Um, I didn't really get much from the trailer. All I know is that they're using like this really kind of bubbly, not bubbly. I don't know. It's not really bubbly because it's not like round like a bubble. It's like round and I don't know. It's an interesting style. I haven't seen a lot of shows that look like that. But yeah. So I look forward to that one. The next show, the last show we're gonna be talking about is uh Yakusoku no Neverland or The Promised Neverland.
Yeah. So this one probably, depending upon how that other one goes for me, this one will probably either be my number one or number two.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. So this one is done by Cloverworks, which has done some rather interesting anime. Persona 5, Darling in the Franxx, and then Bunny Girl from the current one. But this one seems really, really dark. I'm intrigued. So, storyline for this one. Emma, Norman, and Ray are the brightest kids at the Gracefield House Orphanage, and under the care of the woman they refer to as quote-unquote mom, all the kids have enjoyed a comfortable life, good food, clean clothes, and the perfect environment to learn. What more could an orphan ask for? One day, though, Emma and Norman uncover the dark truth of the outside world they are forbidden from seeing. Yeah. So, the teaser trailer for this one really doesn't have a whole lot. It really just kind of shows you the characters themselves, kind of thing. The mother, the maid, and whatnot. So, but that in itself was quite the storyline was interesting. The fact that like some of these kids have numbers on their neck.
Like a barcode?
You look at look at the pictures. Like when you click onto the actual inside any chart or
Oh
any list,
Jesus!
they have numbers on their necks. And I like how the fact that the any chart will do this, but like I usually go at least kind of glance at the tags, and they actually say show 3 spoiler tags, and I'm like, I'm curious, sure. And you show those spoiler tags, and they're the top rated tags on this one because this is based upon a manga, by the way. And the tags for this are survival, dystopian, and demons. And I'm like, okay, this seems like this is going to be quite messed up.
Yes, and more yes.
Yeah. And the manga itself was only started releasing in 2016 and still releasing right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I am, and if you go to the manga, they actually have like a little flip thing about some of this. This looks like, okay, what was that? When They Cry.
Oh.
This looks like this is going to be a When They Cry kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because it seems all innocuous. It seems all good. And then, like, going through the little short they have on the manga, you see at one point somebody's being choked to death. You see kids' bodies on the ground as someone's walking through. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is going to get dark, isn't it? I'm like, I don't know how closely they are going to go to the manga, but if they are, it's going to be. And so, like, the other tags for this one are mystery, psychological, and supernatural. I'm like, all
All
right,
right.
we're gonna have some fun times here. We're gonna have some fun times here. So yeah, depending upon how the Shield one, Fantasy Shield one goes, this will either be my number one or number two of this season. And honestly, I can't really think, based upon just what I've seen so far from the rest of them, if there's anyone going to even come close to the rest of that. But yeah, it should be good. Should be good.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I didn't get much from the trailer, so uh so you think it's gonna play out like Higurashi, where everything's gonna be fine and dandy and then terrible.
and then everything goes to hell. Yeah, literally. If they're involving demons in this, then yeah, literally everything goes to hell.
All right.
So, but we'll have to see just how far that they plan on going. I do like at least the fact that coming, even though this season's kind of meh for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
the three biggies from this current season are transferring over into the next season.
Okay.
So, well, three with the exception of Goblin Slayer. Man, they're gonna end Goblin Slayer in 12 episodes. It's bull. But yeah, Index, Sword Art, and Slime are all coming into the next season.
Okay.
With 24 episodes with all of them except for Index has 26. So
Okay.
So at least depending upon how the rest of the season this season goes for the next coming up, at least we'll have something worth going on.
If everything from this season bombs, we'll still have something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been one of our shorter lists of stuff we're looking forward to. Yeah. We will be back in about a month on what? The 30th of December?
Is that what it's going to be?
The day before New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So it'll be what, 5 weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah, that'll give me enough time to catch up on everything.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe because I have the 12 days of anime is coming up, and I've been really thinking about starting on it.
I've been thinking about starting on it.
Yeah.
I really started on it, but I've been thinking about starting on it.
So, yeah. Hello, Simply. You got here right at the end of the podcast. Yeah, we'll be back on December 30th to talk about what we finished. Actually, yeah, it'll be the 30th, so everything should be completely done, unless something carries on to New Year's Eve, and that'll be the only show that like doesn't get the last episode talked about. But I think everything should finish up the week before. But yeah, that's it for today. So as this is Big D and Shade from TacoYaki Anime. And we will see y'all next time. Bye. Bye. All right. Right at the